Hi everyone. If you're as old as I am, or a bit younger even, or even older, you'll remember with fondness this kind of thing. Alpine cassette radio from around 1990, I'd say. And I thought I'd make a video on it working and put it through its paces. This was made in Japan, and it uses the snatch plate technology. When you'd get out the car, you'd take the whole thing with you and walk into the pub or the house at night with that thing, unlike the faceplate that came later. So it's the snatch plate there, the wiring on the top. I've hooked the radio up to an antenna there, and I've got a back speaker, a shelf speaker, second shelf speaker there, and then we're going to imagine that these two are our rear speakers. This unit, I've tested it today, it doesn't work. No life, which unfortunately goes with the CD player. I've got two Alpine CD players, in fact, but only one head unit works with them. Now that is a face-off unit, so newer, probably 99, 98. Okay, let's pause this a minute and I'll change the angle. I'll say change the angle, I haven't really done a lot, but I freed my hands up. So you'd pop that in. Now I've got this running on a battery charger.
Ça faisait si longtemps qu'elle attendait ce moment.
Cette histoire,
It would spring to life.
c'est la vaccination. Se vacciner, c'est se protéger. Pour le moment, même vaccinés, continuons à...
Got a bad connection somewhere.
De la ménopause depuis 25 ans, réinvente les soins Arc-Skin. Un programme complet visage et corps recommandé par les gynécologues pour une peau redensifiée et nourrie. 9 femmes sur 10 déclarent se sentir mieux dans leur corps et dans leur peau. Avec Arc-Skin, vivez la ménopause plus sereinement. Détail des tests cliniques sur l'IRAC.fr. Disponible en pharmacie, parapharmacie et sur l'IRAC.fr. La paire.
They're the Hitachi speakers off the TV.
C'est qu'il soit fabriqué en France. Mais pour Justine, c'est différent de tous ces accessoires. Ce qui compte, c'est d'être bien chez soi. Et pour ça, vous pouvez compter sur la fabrication française de la paire. Jusqu'au 29 mars, la paire vous offre 20%.
Loud button, you have to hold it. Fade it. That's the CD connector. To connect.
Ça n'a rien à voir en fait.
Et je mémorise tout.
Les planètes, ce sont des objets qui tournent autour du Soleil.
Même si les humains sont parfois bizarres.
Quand vous vous déplacez dans l'espace, tout se passe comme si vous ne vous déplaciez pas.
Alors suivez-nous dans cette aventure fascinante en vous abonnant au podcast Olma sur
Nice.
franceinter.fr.
C'est une maison qui a toujours existé.
They don't make them like they used to. Maybe just as well. But, you know, the old one still works. And the new one's bust. Could be an internal fuse that's gone. Could be something that I've done. But I want to try and fix it. Because this beast is bust. It's an Alpine V12 amplifier, and this has gone here. So this is going to be sold for parts, because it's got lots of really nice parts in it, or it can be repaired. 4 big power capacitors there, and they've all got on them, scratched on them. If you can see that, you should be able to. So there you go. 1 year on from the first confinement, and here we are a year later. And I'm going to be making a keep fit video where I'm going to be doing exercises and generally keeping fit in the confinement for money, get as much money as I possibly can. I'm also going to be doing a fashion videos on my channel, tips on where to buy the cheapest clothes so you always look good, beauty and hunting, recreational sports. Also, I'm going to be doing film reviews and the best of different things, you know, best mustard, the best way to fall out of bed, useful things like that. I'm also going to be offering a CV, how to write a CV writing course, as well as various comedy tips and ideas. I'm going to be doing home improvement courses and tax evasion. So if you're interested in evading tax, I'll be doing courses on that. History. I thought I'd branch out into history and teach you something about what has happened already in the world, as a view to thinking, well, if it happened before, it could happen again. There's a saying that you might have heard of. It's that history repeats itself. Obviously not exactly the same way, because, well, they're not going to rebuild the pyramids, right? So, and even if they did rebuild the pyramids, they might not build them in the same place, certainly with not the same people, unless you believe in religion. And I will be doing a paid info channel on religion, offering tips on the best religion. Very interesting. You've got a lot to choose from. Most of them essentially, at their base, they believe that there is a God. A God is something that is everywhere and sees all. By and large, he's a good being. He appreciates goodness. He doesn't appreciate badness. So the religious people believe that if you are good, God will look upon you favourably. So any sacrifices that you make for him, you will be rewarded when you die. And as far as dying and coming back and rebuilding the pyramids, there are some religions that believe that that is possible. But I, you know, from an independent point of view, I put my faith more in the Japanese who built this radio cassette player that still works. They decided to choose rubber for the mechanism that would not perish. And here we are, about 31 years later, and everything still works. So Led Zeppelin recorded this album, Led Zeppelin 2, in 1975 maybe? No, I'd say before that. 1973. 1972! And 8 years later, 10, 18 years later, it was put into that machine that played that. And then 31 years later, and things that stand the test of time. Let's see how quick this rewinds. Go back to what stood the test of time, Jimmy Page. Hang on a minute, I'm fast forwarding it because it's auto reverse, right? So let's go back. This is stood the test of time. So stay tuned for losing weight. And lots of other good stuff.